Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is. Welcome back to the channel and another video on Serious About Salvage. We have a new car to the channel today. This one's actually not my car. A friend, I bought it for a friend. Basically what I'm saying is it's not for sale. Mini F56 John Cooper Works. Yes, we had double trouble. 1, 2. Whereas mine is a Cooper S with all of the John Cooper Works bits and pieces on. This one is actually a proper John Cooper Works. There's a couple of ways you can tell, and I will show you. Interesting job this. It's going to be a fun one, that is for sure. I think I'm just going to spin you around and we'll go over what we've got and what we need to do. So there we go. Is this emerald green or is this British Racing green? I can't remember. There's two greens, isn't there? I don't know which one this is, but anyway, it's quite a nice colour. It did have stripes on, but I pulled them off. He doesn't want them. He has white stripes, but he doesn't want the stripes. It's a nice metallic green. Yeah, nice car. So what are the differences between a proper one and a fake? Well, obviously mine's got all the bumpers on it, it's got the wheels, it's got the brakes, but there's two ways you can tell. Number one, look at the plastic arches. See this little extra lip? Mine doesn't have it. Now obviously you can swap them over, but mine hasn't got them. Secondly, side skirt, colour coded with a bit of black. Mine are all black. Again, you can change them over. You could make it an exact replica. So that's just the differences between mine and this one, really. There's probably various other bits and pieces I don't know about that can tell the difference. But that's just two quick things. So, what is it, 16 plate? John Cooper Works, as far as I know it's completely standard. Wheels are curbed to hell, well, curbed to hell. What's it got on? 70 some thousand miles on this. It's not bad overall, there's only one issue. The front, I'm not convinced this was done in the crash. I'm convinced this has been done loading and unloading, because all this has popped out and is loose. And I'm 99% sure it will all just click back together, go clean. I mean, there's a little bit of damage there, but it's all down to how far he wants to go with it. We've got a new black insert, you can change them, see there's a hole in it. The bonnet does have a couple of dents, one there, one there, one there, but no paint damage. Dent man will get them out. Pretty sure of that. Under here, nothing going on. All the coolant is in place. What we did have though was two fired bonnet pre-tensioner actuator things. You know, for your pedestrian protection, they had fired. So they've been removed and the guy is on with getting some to replace them. Around this side, nothing to talk about, all good. On the rear, again, nothing to talk about, there's no damage. The damage is on this side. And it was a touch and go on this one, I'll be honest. It was touch and go. On the pictures, it was very hard to tell. Like I always say, they're very crafty with the pictures, they are. They're very crafty. But I went over the pictures again and again and again, the best I could, and I couldn't see any damage to this rear quarter. And there isn't, but can you see there now, as the light gets on it, that slight crease? I couldn't see that on the camera. So, obviously, we got it here. I had to cut that hole in the door because the door handle was smashed and I couldn't get the door open. And now it opens, which is good to a point, but what it does do is it uncovers the actual damage. And it's been hit right behind here, so it's going to be interesting how bad that is behind there. And as you can see there, that should be straight across. So from about here to there, this point, all this has been pushed in. That at this point here, it's pushed in about 10 mil. Now, I've had a look in behind, and the actual frame is untouched. It's just pushed the sill in and stretched the skin in. So there's no actual frame, it's just panel. I know it looks pretty bad. It's going to be interesting, like I said, what it's like under here. But yeah, we're going to be putting the doors on this, aren't we? I'm hoping for a miracle here, I'll be honest with you. I'm hoping that we can take this off, weld some plates to behind here, pull here, and this is going to come with it. Because that's the impact, you've got to pull where the impact was. And if this comes with it enough to the point where this pops back out, I won't have to paint this rear quarter because there's no paint damage. We're going to obviously have to paint in here, in the door shut, and obviously under here and repair whatever damage we do, moving it. I get that, I'm just trying to save this rear quarter. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, it's got to be pulled, and we'll know pretty soon just how much, because we have a door. We have a complete door behind this foam. I've had the foam on it just to stop it getting any overspray on. Complete door in colour, all the trims, the glasses in it, the door cars on the inside. It's going to be a straight swap. Once that door's on, we can shut it because we know none of this has moved up here. I know it hasn't. We can shut it, and then we can see just how far this door is out. Now we can't tell this it's bent, but I'm going to say it's probably going to be roughly the same place as this one, but just straight, and that's going to be how much we've got to pull behind the sill cover. So yeah, interesting one. Whilst we're here, we obviously have smashed glass, doesn't matter. Curtain airbag fired, the seat airbag fired, which is why the seat is not here. It's been fixed already, I just need to go and collect it from my mates. Both front seat belts fired, but no dash. So that was good. That's why the seat's not in. I took the rear seat out because I wanted to have a look behind here. And like I said, there is nothing to write home about, really. Nice car, it's all right. Let's have a... I can't remember. I don't think I found the locking wheel nut key. Yeah, 76,000. I mean, it's nice. I mean, we know what minis are like. Handbooks are here. No service history though. Yeah, it's nice. There's either no fuel in it or the gauge doesn't work. I don't know yet, so we'll leave it turned off. So yeah, in terms of all airbags, they're simple enough to change. We can sort it out with no problem. It's just this side. So I think let's just get this door swapped over. Some pins, that's good. Swap door over, shut door, and then get upset about how far out it is, I think. Let's do this. Okie dokie. Very easy door to swap over, but we are going to have to move it forwards. It is a bit back on the hinges, which is getting it really close, and it's into this here. So we need to move the door forward for definite. I've got a bit of overspray on it as well. It's a bit white, but it'll polish up, no problem. But yeah, we can see just how far it's pushed in now. Look at that. So that must be 15, that's going to be 15 mil, that. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Righty then. I mean, it's time to... Yeah, it's fine. It's time to uncover the damage then, isn't it? Get this side skirt off. And then we can really get the tissues out then, can't we? Yeah, wow. Interesting. What does it entail? Where's my nail? I could take this over. Oh, these held on. Alright, yeah, some plugs underneath. And it just feels like it's clipped on at the top. Yeah, it's just clipped on the top. Not as bad as I expected behind there, actually. Right, okay. I'll get it off completely and we'll have a proper look and see what we can do about this. See what the best plan of action is. Okay, let's have a look. So under the side skirt, it's actually not as bad as I was expecting, in all fairness. The damage is isolated to just this area here. Like I said, it's just the skin. Inside this hole, I can feel the box section behind it. And what it's done is it's pushed this skin up to the box section and then over the top of it. So the box section is probably along here somewhere. And then it's just pushed the skin in over the top of the box section. So I'm confident, well, I'm 100% confident that it'll come out. It's just whether it does any damage to this rear quarter. That's the question. There's a tiny bit here as well, where it's just pushed in. So, I mean, my doors will grab hold of that and pull that out, no problem. On this section, we can't get behind, like I said, because the box section's there. There's no way in from behind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld a plate to this body line here, along there, and then I'm going to grab hold of that plate and I'm going to pull, and I think that is the way forward to start with. And then we might be putting a plate along here, pulling that a bit. We might be pulling a bit in here. Like I said, if I can isolate the damage to just in the door shut and behind the sill, far easier to repair and paint than that rear quarter. I know I'm asking for a miracle here, but if you don't try, you don't get. But anyway, yeah, behind here, I can get my hand in there, look in there. I don't know how much you can see, but there's no damage on the inside. It's not actually pushed the frame, you know, the shut-in at all or anything like that. It's just from about here. You can see the little crease there. From here, it's just pulled the skin in all the way down. That's why we got that ridge there as well, you see. So, yeah, not bad. I mean, a lucky escape, really. It could have been far worse, couldn't it? Far worse. So, what's the plan? Right. Let's get this door proper lined up, because like I said, I need to take it forward. I need to pull the hinge out a bit. The impact, I'd push this back on its slots, so I need to bring that out a little bit. And once I've got the top lined up, that'll give me my reference then for exactly where I need the bottom to be. But yeah, at the moment, well, you can see, can't you, from here? Yeah. All fun and games, isn't it? Right, I'll come back, I think, when we're ready to pull dozer. Get dozer on it. Right, are you ready for some dozer action? I don't tend to show it much if I do a bits, because quite frankly, I don't know what I'm doing. But there's only one way to learn, isn't there? And that's giving it a go. So here we are. What I've done is I've ground down the 2 points it needs pulling, and there's a third under there that I might need. Welded on a bit of plate, got my clamp on it attached to the chain, and then I've chocked the dozer off the actual sill box section. There'll be more strength in that than there is up here, so there shouldn't be an issue pulling that. And yeah, we're gonna just pull it basically. So yeah, all I'm going to do is pump this handle a bit, nice and slowly. It only goes a bit at a time. It's very slow and controlled. Take up the slack in the actual chain. Hopefully I've got enough here to actually do something. Come on. Let's just get that chain tight. Yeah, chain's almost tight. I'm going to put you on a stand now and we'll see if anything happens. Alrighty, it's getting there. We're about halfway so far, and it come out really easy actually, the actual crease. You see now that's quite vertical there. Does want to touch more, and then I think might be wise getting in there, because this is still a bit back, whereas at the back there it's flat. And that will give us our extra bit. So if we shut the door now, I mean, we're literally, I think we're over halfway. I bet we've moved it 10 mil and it wants another 5. That's what I think. But so far, that wing, it's perfect. So I'll weld another plate, I think, down in there. Down there, and then I Don't know whether to just get in here somewhere. In there maybe, or in there. Or maybe even back on that. Just give that another tug. Maybe. But yeah, it's going. It's actually going pretty well. It's going pretty well. Let's give it another go then, eh? We're getting close. We're getting close. Look at that now. It's only a little bit to go. Almost got there. Not too sure where to go now though. I do think it wants a bit more on here. Maybe on that seam there. No, it's just I can't get this crease out here. It's really stuck in that. But this, you see this line here, that should be there because that's where your side skirt fits up to. So obviously I need to keep that. I suppose I could try to weld across there and see if that'll pull that out. And then yeah, it's just a bit more on here. And then we're gonna get there, aren't we? Yeah, I mean, I'm happy, it's going. And that's the main thing. Just give this a little tap. It's going. Obviously at the end we're going to grind all this down put a skimmer filler over it, paint the door shut, and voila. But that won't pull anymore. Yeah, like I said, I think I need something on here. I need to pull this to try and get that. See if that makes any difference to this. If it doesn't, then I need to get back on here, give this another 3 or 4 mil, and we will be there. So far so good. Let's have our third try. Hopefully this is the last pull. Right, unfortunately we've had to put some damage onto this rear quarter. It was so close, honestly. We almost got it perfect all the way down to about here, and then the bottom was fine. It's just this middle section here just wouldn't come out, just couldn't get it. Tried right on the edge here, it just wouldn't pull this, so I had to in the end, had to get right on the edge of the wing and pull it, and it's got it now, it's out. So now it's just a case of making it look good, isn't it? Grind down all these welds, everything. It's going to have a little bit of filler in there, just to skim over it all, just a little bit, just to tidy it up really. Everything's in the right place. Grind all this down, all this. The skin itself around here is still in a little bit. It won't pop. It's like a dent. So it's going to, like, that little bit there is going to have a tiny little skimmer filler in it. Yep, I can feel it. And then I'm going to paint the whole rear quarter. Might as well. You've got a body line there, around the light, along the boot, and obviously along here. So might as well just do the whole quarter, including the shut, and halfway along to about here, because the whole sill cover goes over all that, so you're never going to see that again. We just need to make all this look nice. So that's next, yeah. But I'm glad it's out, it's pulled out, nice, and it's all out enough. That was the worry, make sure to pull out, and it has. So I think it's home time. Spent a few hours on this today. Yeah. Rest of it should be plain sailing now. Get that ground up, bit of filler, primed, painted. Need a sill cover, and the only other thing, well, I think I've mentioned I need a driver's seat belt, so I need to ask a friend, see if I can find something. Got all the other bits for it. It'll look better just having a wash. Wing mirror needs to go on, that's on the old door. Haven't tried this glass, might be an idea. Yeah, I'm going to come back tomorrow. We'll do some more in this video, I think. Get it to the point where it's primed. Yeah, I think I'll do that tomorrow, I think, yeah. Alright, back shortly. So there we go, a bit of a grinding down done. Got rid of all the welds, and I've kind of ground off as much as I think I need to for the filler right now. So now really we need to get some filler on this. I need to get this all filled out. There's like a big dent there really. I mean there's one there, might as well. I don't know, it might do, it might not. But yeah, get that filled out. I have to put a bit of a skim in there because that's not quite right there. Obviously we need to fill that in, that little bit, and then really just a little skim over it really, just to get rid of all the little dents and stuff created by pulling it and hammering it and whatnot. Yeah, I mean it'll be fine, it'll get there. It's a long process though. I mean you've got to get some filler on it now, then you sand that filler down, skim it again, sand down, and you could do it 4, 5, 6 times before you get it right. It really does take a while. So I'll do the first stage of filling and sanding on camera, and then after that we'll just jump to the point where I think it's ready to paint. That's the plan, I think. But I mean it's a process, it's going to take a while, but no rush. I've got to be right. Like I said, this painting stuff, it's all down to the prep, especially when you're putting body filler in. Once the filler's in and sanded down, it'll look great. The second you put a dusting of primer on it, it shows absolutely every imperfection, and that's what you're going to see if you paint over it, you see. So then once you've dusted in primer, you're sanding again, you're filling again, primer, sand again, filling again, primer. I mean, like I said, you could do it 5, 6 times until you get a nice finish. It really does take a bit of time, especially for someone like me. This is very new to me. I'm not used to doing body work like this. But I like it, it's different. It's a change from just swapping some panels and front packs over and stuff, you know, dashboards, airbags. It's different, it's good fun. So yeah, like I said, I'll show you a bit of the filler going on and then sanding down the first stage. But then, like I said, we're going to jump to the point where we're ready for paint, I think. Otherwise, I could do a full video on just sanding and filling. It will take that long. Okie dokie. It's a few days later now. Had a good few do's filling and sanding this, and as you can see all the rear quarter is now sanded down. That's all that I'm painting, all masked off, bits of trims taken off where I can to make it easier, rear lights out, so it should be good. Now this has had plenty of sanding, bits of filler here and there, more sanding. I mean, I bet I've done it 5 or 6 times now. I know it's not ready already, but the best way to tell is to just put a dust in a primer on it. That will show up all your little pinpricks where it's not sanded down enough. I mean, to feel, that feels, I mean, it feels very good, but you'll see the difference it makes put a bit of primer on. I mean, a bit in there needs a bit of work yet, but everything from there down isn't shown. So you're not going to see all that. So it don't need to be perfect, but it will be getting painted. But what you do see is these. So I need to do the best I can with these. And yeah, they do need a lot of work yet, but I just want to get a bit of primer on it so we can just see. Gives us a bit of an idea where we are. Oh, this is going to be useless. The bloody fan's way too small. Try and do it. Don't know how it's going to come out. Yep, got to run already. Doesn't matter, it's getting sanded down again. But look how much it's just showing up straight away. See all the pin, I don't know what the camera's going to show you. See all the pinpricks there? Loads of pinpricks all around here, all around there. It's more up here, it's more up there. It shows, helps show up everything. This is what you're going to see when it's painted, so yeah, you need to, like I said, get a bit of paint on. I mean, you can see it all up in that corner. You can see them there as well. More there, more there. A load of pinpricks there. Needs more sanding down there. Needs loads of sanding down there. And that's the best way to see it all, because I mean, I'll admit myself, in the past I'd sanded it all down, got it to where it was before this paint, and then got the spray gun out, primered the whole thing, painted the whole thing, and then ended up with all these little pinpricks. Now these little ones, if you use a high build primer, you will get away with all that. I mean, that quarter there I'm not too bothered about, that looks good. But these in here need some attention. They need sanding now, and I need to get these imperfections out of the filler. See them there? That run, don't bother about that run. See there? And there. All that needs more sanding. I'm not bothered about this lot down here. That's going to get covered. I will sand it a bit better. I need to make sure that's nice. So yeah, it just shows we've got quite a bit to go there yet before it's time to completely prime this rear quarter. So that's going to have to go off for a bit now. But I mean, this video is getting pretty long at this point, so we're going to call it a day there. End this video now, and then when we come back, we've got to. I'll probably get the wing primered before we come back, and the next video we'll paint the rear quarter and then proceed with the rest of the car. Get the rest of the car back together. We've got the seat here. The seat's now returned, all repaired. The people that we use, the company I use, I mean, it's like factory. You'd never tell. The stitching is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Because all that was ripped apart there, all the way along there. And they really do a good job. I think it was about £140, but these seats are very expensive. Very expensive. Obviously, I've had to put an airbag in there. That was separate to that 140. But we've got, I think these are called Pro Spats, aren't they? I think they're called Pro Spats. They go on there instead of the original. They've got this bigger profile on them. Got these Pro Spats to fit. That's this. Seat belts, curtain airbag, bonnet, pre-tension, just firers, whatever. And then we've got all the black pack. So change that. Headlights rounds front and back. It's got some red trims to go on that one and then in there, like on mine. And then I've got some black tape to cover all these in, so we'll see how that goes. So plenty to do. Oh, and the replacement side skirt is here as well. I have been trial fitting that and it looks good. I mean, it's not perfect. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to get the guy to send me the link to that and see if it showed it as not damaged, because it is damaged. But it's far better than ours, that's for sure. Yeah, alright, so I'm going to leave it there. Thank you as always for watching. That's the next video. We'll get this painted and start putting it back together. Right, thanks. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.